as something.
Something phallic.
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of anything phallic that sounds like Phoenix.
The Order of the Penis.
We got there.
Okay, let's not. Okay.
Perry Hodder and the Order of the Penis.
A wizard stripper. Perry the wizard stripper.
Oh no.
Trix, did you create this one too? Got a quarter of the market.
My finish is yours now.
I have another thing to ask of you. Please finish my Perry Hodder series.
No, that one is too much.
We're on the Deathly Swallows.
Oh,
Oh, that one hurt.
That was a good one. That was a solid. The manuscripts.
You must finish them for me.
Sacred texts. Oh God.
And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast.
Okay, that's it. I'm not listening to this.
This is session 81. That's one of my favorite jokes that I've made as a DM. Good times. How are you all doing?
Just well.
Yes, well,
Pretty good, yeah.
I was doing better before that intro.
Why were you doing better before that intro? I think that intro was great.
Yeah, well, as I have shared with other people at the table, I've been listening back to I've finally done it. I've stopped making these jokes and I've decided to listen back to the entirety of the podcast on 2x speed. Jeff has been subject to this when I drive him around sometimes. It's very funny to hear his voice sped up. It's not quite chipmunky because he's a bass, but you know. But yeah, I think I'm going to skip the intro to this one. That hurt my soul.
That's the kind of quality content
That's how you
we
know.
provide.
That you can expect here from 7 Scenes from the Right.
Our movie review podcast.
Now we're reviewing the VR
The
series.
VR experience.
The VR experience of Perry Hodder. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things left on the table there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, they should be. We will be leaving them there. Also,
Hey, Jeff.
when was the last time you watched that table?
There are
Place.
There's an upsetting number of things Perry Hodder puts on the table.
Okay.
I'm suffering.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, so that means like you are our historian, our archivist.
Yeah, I
then.
mean, I was already taking notes. I figured I would go back and check. And I get mocked by past me several times.
Oh.
And when I go back and listen to this is going to be so important. I'm like, shut up, you.
You don't know. Have you learned anything new that you want to share with the class?
I have reviewed everyone's preference in eggs.
Oh.
There's the fact that Claire is afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Jeff's like, yeah, I remember that. For sure.
Because I'm afraid of heights.
Totally. So actually clear this one up for me.
Yeah.
Is Pycleides Rodana's father? Did we murder Rodana's father?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Estranged
I couldn't
father.
tell whether it was
estranged father.
him or the previous. You also made a brief mention of the
Stavros.
previous. Yeah.
Yeah. We never got into Stavros and all the cool things that he did, but that's not important right now.
Yeah, it's just anyway. So just FYI, we did murder Rodana's father. Not sure.
He
That's
was
right. He was already dead.
Yeah.
You just kind
Kill
of
him.
Tipped it over the edge there. Although I don't think we actually told Arcus that. So
I think it was implied he was found dead.
okay, cool. Because I think we were being very sketchy.
Yeah,
in
we
that
left
episode.
we left the corpse. We didn't do.
Oh yeah, 100%. We gave them back the corpse. That was the whole thing.
But none of the other corpses.
But yeah, so there's other stuff, and it
What
might
other
come up.
corpses?
But I'm going to try my best to hold myself back from being one of those actually people. But I will be inserting more references and callbacks because I'm aware of all of them now.
Nice.
I have been to the past. I have seen everything.
The only problem is they will go completely over our heads since we are living in the present.
That's right. But when I listen back for the third time,
Oh,
hi,
there you go.
future me.
You have voices from the past whispering
Mhm.
terrible things in your ears that no one can understand.
That's right.
But you didn't find that many retcons. I think I made you build EDI 246 twice, maybe. But
Yes,
then I
and
also
Argus
you
paid us twice.
yeah.
So like we decided it all came out in the wash. And
Came out in the
there's,
wash.
there's other things, but I'm not going to tell you about those. They'll keep you up at night. It's not bad.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad at all.
I was like, oh no.
No. Don't worry about it. We can discuss off air. Not important. It is actually in actually adjust glasses territory.
Fair enough. Anyway, so what do you guys remember from last session?
Shopping episode.
It was kind of a shopping episode.
We got shit.
We did.
Yeah.
You went to build a drone workshop.
A little,
The most important thing that happened was getting the drone, obviously. And then I guess we also hung out in a laboratory with some super rare important files or something, I guess.
Yeah, we did. We visited Drick's clinic and then went to the back of it to visit Drick's lab. Spent an abnormally long amount of time debating how to open this lock thing that I was good at and had no reason not to open, but I didn't want to open it for, reasons. So then we opened it and we discovered all of the information exactly needed to bring either of Nona's creators back to life.
You basically have everything that you need theoretically to create a core for Dr. Kyle Reed. You have the printing device, you have a telekinetic, you have the documentation that
On how to do it, basically.
Yep. And you could theoretically do that now. And I just wanted to make sure
So
everyone was aware of that fact.
Happy about that.
This is possible. Legate's not aware that it's possible.
That's
because
right.
He's not aware that you guys have Dr. Kyle Reed's mind seed.
But we've discussed in the past, like, he's not aware of it explicitly. He was around when we took the wedding ring that was worn around Deacon's neck after we killed us. Like, he could potentially, maybe in the future, put two and two. Actually, probably not him. If it was a different character, probably could put two and two together. But no, he was not around when we talked to Tara and found out that was the vessel for the mind seed. He was not around last episode when I discussed my theory as to where Dr. Samantha Calvin's mind seed might be. But basically, we have all the technology and all of the stuff needed to rebuild Dr. Kyle Reed, and we have all the technology sans the actual mind seed itself to bring back Dr. Samantha Calvin.
Yep.
And at some point, we're going to go back to Arisiame to free the McRaven, and I'm probably going to go collect that thing, kind of against my will, kind of because I'm a video game completionist, and I know there's a shiny over there.
Yeah. And so you, like, not only can you bring back Kyle Reed right now and are one step away from bringing back Calvin, if you so wish. It's just like the ability to do so, not necessarily what you guys are going to do. You also are like 95% of the way to being able to create a true AI.
Which
I think
is one we're more interested in.
Yeah, there are a few algorithms that need to be sorted out, ones that Leggett was hoping to take upon himself. And then additionally, this last little bit of how to flood a core with metadimensional energy, but theoretically doesn't necessarily need to happen for a mind seed as much as it does for a new core.
Yeah. And to remind all of our listeners at home that have not been obsessively listening back over all of these episodes, we do have one more name of a theoretically alive true AI roboticist lady, Dr. Lilith T. Taurus.
Oh, yes. That was a while ago, but Lilith T. Taurus, yep.
Push them glasses up on my nose.
Mother of the demons. What?
No, that's fine. Oh, I'm so excited.
And just one other clarification from the notes of Dricht that we got was we have something at least related to theories of how to break and unbreak AI. Was that right?
That's right.
Yes. So you did come across his journal that was pre-Scream. It listed out some of the things that he had done in his past, gave a little bit more flavor as to his relationship with Calvin and Reed, and then additionally went into some conjecture around how to break and unbreak AI. From the journal, it seems to imply that he was enlisted by the Terran Mandate to do some secret project that he didn't really go into detail as to how, but shortly thereafter, there was then that conjecture, those theorizing of how one would maybe be able to do this. Shortly thereafter, there was a final entry of him writing that he was aware that Dr. Samantha Calvin was no longer, quote unquote, with us, using something not called the Friends Tracker, but keeping tabs.
That's right. I like Find a Friend better.
Well, I wanted to do Find a Friend, but I didn't want him to be clearly there before you. So
that would have actually been really funny. I would have been devastated.
Like, oh no.
My creativity. The one thing that I was.
And so that is how he seemed to. You weren't able to find any evidence of the device itself, but he referenced some kind of pre-tech device that allowed him to know that, Dr. Samantha Calvin had passed and the whereabouts where she passed. It seems to imply that he was able to put 2 and 2 together from the coordinates that it was Asimov 1 where she met her fate.
Yep.
And so shortly thereafter, something happened. The scream, which you guys are still not entirely sure what exactly that was all about, but it did cause every single psychic to either go insane or die outright and basically cause the collapse of the human empire.
Yeah. Cool. Connecting things also back to previous stuff. The Unbreaked AI thing is important because Terra exists. Terra, Nora, Wanda, and the others, not going to name them all, but that's probably the secret project that the Terran Mandate was having Drict work on for them. Terra,
Yep.
Terran Mandate. They like naming things after themselves.
What? Crazy.
Crazy. So that's most likely that. That's most likely why he was theorizing on how to break and unbreak AI, which scores him a couple of morality points in my book.
He seems to be going at this a little bit differently than Dr. Calvin.
Yeah, I no longer desire to punch him in the face.
Well, that's good because he can't because he's dead.
I was thinking about it. I was like, that's going to be too dark.
Just
No,
wave-
he's not going to poke.
Wave through the hologram.
No, I was going to punch a corpse.
Go back to his house.
okay.
Yeah, that would be a little bit.
I mean, you're also trying to take corpses' feet, so, you know.
We haven't actually done that yet, Jeff. Spoilers.
I'm sorry. You've just, we've referenced that off air.
Off air.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for a little bit of pulling back the curtain.
Philip. Get rid of it. Leave it as a
That's
surprise.
me who does that.
No.
It's not.
I mean, you
Sometimes
do.
Philip cuts out things.
You cut out some things.
You don't know what I cut out because by the
You
time
don't
get to
hear it.
Well, if I wrote it down, that's true. I am the second person in that handing over of things. But yeah, you guys went to the clinic. You got out of said clinic and went to Build a Drone Workshop. You also gathered like 24 pieces of...
We grabbed a bunch of stuff and we threw it in the car.
Basically, yep. You went to Build a Drone Workshop where the sound effects that kind of go off at like, yay, you built a drone. Exactly that. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I got you.
Not what I did last time. Some melancholic. Ugh.
Say it again.
Okay, because we
One more time.
didn't make the joke yet. This is a double session. Y'all will have to bear with us here.
Melancholic,
Yes.
minor key fucking thing. Anyway, now this episode has to have an explicit tag.
Oh no, what if it gets demonetized?
oh, right. I'm about to describe where you guys left off, so it's already going to get demonetized.
Please, Jeff, go nuts.
Yes. So you guys dove into a Bass Pro Shop. Alex has a new hat. And you made your way to the Holohaven Entertainment Center. This was like a movie theater, but with VR that seemed to open right before all this shit went down. There were a couple of posters and some description that if you are able to win the experience, you will gain some kind of prize. There were 4 separate attractions. There was the quest for the Emerald Dragon. Seems to be just, standard fare fantasy quest. Murder at Haversham Manor. Seems some kind of murder mystery. Stranger Things Haven't Happened with the tagline, "This is going to get weird." A 1980s romp where all of the adults are stupid and a group of kids have to try and free their friend from some kind of eldritch demon.
Yeah.
In
the sideways.
In the sideways.
There you go. You didn't get that last
good
time.
one. I didn't
said
hear
it
that
last time
one.
too. You can go back and listen.
I love
I
that.
heard you the first
It is in the
Thank
sideways.
you. Thank you.
Play
Thank
the
you.
clip.
Roll it back.
And then one that was off to the side that has its own separate entrance that's called Perry Hodder and the Philosopher's Rod, which just has a zoomed in picture of abs and then like a single like wizard's wand that kind of peeks up out of the bottom of the poster from where the hips are. Anyway, so that's what you guys see in the Holohaven Entertainment Center. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we checked.
No, let us never speak of this place again.
Can we find out what the prize is? Is there like a advertisement or anything that's like you win a billion credits?
It seems to say that the prize is one that changes daily and is provided for by one of the stores at the
Mall?
in the mall. And if it says if the no prize are available, some amount of credits will be added to your account.
Is it like 5?
How much is so many?
Like
It would
10.
be somewhere in the hundreds of credits.
I
Okay.
have to read the fine print.
I'm
a
gonna
monetary value equal to. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out
Before you
Nona
said
has no
select
particular
locations.
interest in this, but I would follow y'all to hell and back if you wanted to do this.
You know what? I mean, we don't have zombies right around. I could unwind a little bit with a little game. What do you think?
I mean, like, if we're 100% sure that we can recharge this battery, then
You are 100% sure that
then
you can recharge
the
the
time
battery.
limit doesn't like exist right now.
The limit does
Where
not
is it
exist,
at?
yeah.
It's at 4, I think, right now.
Yeah,
at
I was
4.
just we've done enough nonsense.
You've
I
done
was
two
going,
important things.
That's right. We did discuss this. My bad. We've also effed around a lot, so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Each of these seems like an important thing, so we could.
Each of them. I think there's
Each
one
of them.
more important.
Please no. That's the one I will
We're
not
not
follow
doing
you
that.
down.
Wait, hold up. Let me read the terms and conditions and see if we have to do that one.
I have some thoughts about what
I'm reading the terms and conditions.
Shut up, you.
I'm reading the terms and conditions. I do not want to talk to Space Daughter about this. Do we have to do?
Oh, does Space
Harry
Daughter
Potter?
want to go into Stranger Things Haven't Happened or whatever it is?
No, it appears that any one of these, there is a good outcome that you can obtain, and obtaining that good,
Gotcha.
outcome,
The happy ending.
that happy ending, one might say, would give you some form of prize.
Oh, okay.
So you just do one.
We could just do one.
Let's
Yeah,
just do
we
one.
could
Let's
just
not
do
go
one.
crazy with it.
Okay.
Okay, so Kirsten really wants to go in the Murder at Haversham Manor, but just because that's the play that goes wrong reference, and I would like to watch theater things and watch things go wrong, and I don't think that's what's in there.
That is exactly what I'm referencing. Unfortunately,
It's just a
Kristen.
normal murder
It's
mystery.
just a normal murder mystery.
Don't worry, I improvise. Anywho,
Okay. Let's put it to a vote. If anyone has opinions.
Yeah, I mean, we just did kind of a murder mystery in real life.
that's right, we did.
Oh yeah.
We were real
So,
good at that.
Might be a little murdered out. I'd be up for something else.
Okay. So
That leaves the quest for the Emerald Dragon. Stranger things haven't happened.
That's
And
it.
nothing else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus, Claire.
I don't know. It seems fun.
No.
No. Okay.
we could split up. We could do groups.
I could take Leggett and Tony.
Oh,
Nope, never mind.
Anything
You
but
guys,
that.
you guys didn't want to go.
No, we don't want to go.
God, we need to, she needs to get out more. Oh no, this is bad.
I don't think it's, okay, guys, it's not bad. Like, you know,
but
it's fine.
I'm just realizing-
I think you
Like-
guys are well aware of some of the books that she reads.
Fair enough. I probably lent her a couple of those books.
yeah. Well,
Okay,
if we're searching for a tiebreaker, Kirsten votes the Stranger Things one because that seems fun.
Yeah, let's find out what these 1980s were about.
Okay, yeah,
Everything's
I'm down.
neon.
All right. Stranger things haven't happened. So you go up to the counter and a holographic woman just kind of appears as you step up. And she says, "Hello. Can I offer you all a ticket to one of our fine attractions?
Yes, please.
Which attraction would you like to go to? There's a sale on Perry Hodder and the Philosopher's Rod.
What's the sale? What are the details of the sale?
75% off ticket price.
75% off. That's a good deal.
How much is ticket price?
200 credits.
Oh,
Dude,
Jesus.
I'm gonna stay out here and die. Y'all go in. I will just maintain my robot innocence. Thank
I mean,
you.
it's a 200 credits per ticket.
That is correct.
Oh, man.
Wasn't that like how much the prize is?
Yeah, that's right. You break even. If you win, you break even,
Is this
but your
like-
heart will never be the same.
reverse inflation? Deflation, which is
No one
also a
wants to
thing.
go to that one, so we kind of need to move people over, occasionally.
I wonder why. This is a family establishment, you monster.
This is a family program we're running here.
Honestly,
Seven Star
200 credits is very rich for my blood. Like
Yeah,
doing like the
real time.
1200.
So is 200 like
1200 credits.
without the 75% off, or is
No, it's 200 credits without,
With-
yeah.
It's 50
Okay.
to go see the porn.
that's right?
It's not porn.
Who said
It's
that?
an interactive experience.
It's an interactive experience
Yep.
that might be like one of those, what do you know? Like the love, what the fuck are they called?
It's like a visual novel.
yeah, that's exactly
No.
what it is. It's a visual
Okay.
novel.
Uh-huh.
It's a visual novel dating sim.
Well, God seems very convinced we should go this route.
No, yeah, you can go
It's
to the
just
Stranger Things haven't
economical
happened.
at this
Which one are you going to?
Just
The one that's 200 credits a pop, or the one that's 50 credits a
Can
pop?
we not?
The one you can't afford or the one you can?
Railroaded
No, we
into
can
an
afford a lot here.
I'm going home is where I'm going. All right.
All right, you can do the Stranger Things
I'm
haven't
going
happened.
the
For
fast
50 credits. I'm done.
Okay.
50 credits each.
Okay, I
right.
guess we'll pay for Leggett and Tony as well because
No, I can stay outside. I don't have the stomach for one of these.
You have to stay within 15 minutes of me.
I will go inside with you.
I don't care if you get motion sick.
You'll physically die. But
I do
maybe-
occasionally forget by the fact that none of us are immediately disintegrating, and none of the other fine folks in this mall seem to be disintegrating
Well,
either.
they're already
They're
filled with
already
nanites.
dead. Ah, yes,
That's right.
I'm well aware. I forgot.
could
I will
join
be
them.
coming with as well.
okay, perfect.
All right, so that's 50 credits each. That's 300 credits, I think, total.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can afford that. I'll tell you that much.
And so you guys are gestured to walk down this hallway once you purchase your tickets. There are obviously refreshments as well. The candy does appear to be several hundred years expired. The nanites don't seem to understand that they need to maybe like change out,
Yeah.
the expired stuff. Anyway, you walk down the hallway and you see these fairly large rooms, each of which has one of these different entertainment posters posted next to it. You find the one that is Stranger Things Haven't Happened tagline, "This is going to get weird." And you enter through the door and find yourself in a completely empty room. The room itself seems to have this thick plane of glass that you step in on. And as you look above, below, and on the sides, you notice that there are these large spheres that seem to be just emitting a white light. And so as you step out into this area, you are all lit from every single direction. In fact, there's no shadow on you guys at all. And
My
as
eyes.
you enter, you hear a woman's voice say, "Starting, Stranger Things Haven't Happened. Tagline, this is going to get weird."
So is that just the full title?
I guess that's the full title because they
Is
say it every
tagline
time.
included? Yeah. I have to go back
And-
and check.
At that,
Maybe that's the weird part.
all of these lights turn on and you are thrown into a completely different place. It's a holodeck, effectively.
Yeah,
You take a look
holometers.
around and the edges and the walls are no longer appear. And you take a look at each other and you are all 12 or 13-year-old versions of yourselves.
Okay, I've always wanted to try this, y'all. Stay right here, and I'm gonna run as far as I can in one direction.
Are you just
Do I
gonna
find
run
a wall?
if everyone else is staying put?
Yeah.
You are able to get quite a distance away, but eventually there is like a little beeping warning, and you see an outline of like an invisible wall that just kind of
You
fades
can't go here.
into.
Don't split the
Yeah,
party.
it's completely opaque, so you can see through it.
Not opaque, transparent.
Sorry, yes, it's completely transparent, so you can kind of see through it, but you see the light catches it in a certain way, and as you press your hand up to it, you do feel a wall, and you hear a little, "Please remain with the rest of the party."
Beautiful. I will return, having solved Kirsten's greatest mystery about holodecks forever.
And so you
This is
are
canon now,
all
people.
children versions of yourselves. You see
What do I
Claire,
look like?
who doesn't look that much younger, but
Baby.
Dr. Lucius Leggett he's no longer, I can't remember if I described him as balding, but he has a full head of brown hair and glasses.
He had I remember a big bushy beard.
He
If that
doesn't. He
helps.
no longer has a beard.
Good,
He's
because that would look weird on a 12-year-old.
Is it wispy?
Guys,
A little
what's
pin-
going
little
on?
pin-
Oh
okay.
no!
Oh, man.
You don't have to do the voice.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh my god, that's
I feel that feels more disconcerting.
No, it's way better.
And so you all take a look around. I'm not going to go the full experience with you guys because this could be a whole ass session in its own right. But you.
Oh, I thought we were intending
do you
that.
Want
No.
us, do you want us to go over 12 to 13-year-old us, or is there?
Yeah, please. That seems fun. What
Okay.
does 12 to 13-year-old everyone else look like?
I love this.
So Alex his nose is straight. His nose isn't broken or hooked yet. His hair is like buzzed, like pretty much like military cut, like a little bit of length on the top. Probably in better shape than he is at this point in his life. And very like polo shirt, khaki, clean looking dude.
All right. No.
Yeah.
Looks
well,
exactly the same.
No. I actually wanted to take a crack at this because it would be very interesting to imagine what Dr. Samantha Calvin would look like as a child. The image that immediately popped into my head was actually, I think it's Ellie from The Last of Us. Is that her name?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like average height, average weight, hair pulled back into a ponytail, like absolutely nothing remarkable, probably smattering of freckles. That this is universe breaking, but maybe that Nona doesn't currently have.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm down. What does Micah look like?
Micah has like significantly longer hair than the way that she wears it now, like down to like shoulder blade level, straight black hair, and this like a dress that really doesn't suit her at all, which
All right.
is the kind of thing that that's what she looked like back around that age.
Claire again looks pretty similar. Obviously, quite a bit younger. She's shorter.
Does she have longer hair?
She does have longer hair that she kind of just is straight, but kind of leaves, not up in a braid or anything like that. Just completely long hair that probably reaches like the middle of her back. Leggett is this spindly looking kid with crooked glasses, still constantly sliding down his face, but more full head of hair than he has before, and has just got a face full of acne.
Of course.
And Tony
Naturally.
is also quite similar, has a similar headband as he had before.
Does he normally wear a trench coat? And if not, can we put him in a trench coat?
No, he doesn't wear a trench coat. I think he had a vest that he had some kind of coat that he would flip the
Collar up on,
collar
that's
up
right.
on.
And he has a fedora.
He does not have a fedora.
Damn.
Put him in a fedora. Come on.
Be cool, Jeff.
Come on.
He doesn't have his
'Cause he's got a
his
vendetta.
Joker tattoo though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I mean,
you
that
can't
makes
give a
sense.
tattoo to a
Jojo
child.
Minor. That's right.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
We almost took the children into porn, but we draw the line at underage tattoos.
Wasn't porn.
It was a visual novel where you played a wizard and everyone just wanted to bone you. What's
We're looking at you in real life. Right?
I know. That little bit of silence was enough to
Keep
judge
that.
me. I felt
Keep
that. Yes, I will.
No one cut that out. We've discussed the editing process. No one
Right.
cut that out. Leave it there.
Anyway,
Alex is like touching his face. It's like, I have no idea how close this is to like. Do you like feel like different if you like touch your face? And can you like can we access our inventory, or is
Yes,
that
you
like,
can access your inventory. You can feel around and you will feel things that you don't see but are still there. So if you do want to pull out a gun, you will be pulling out like an imaginary gun or
Okay,
anything
cool. You'll
like
just
that.
be
Imaginary gun, or is it a real gun? And
It would be a real gun that's
but we
invisible.
can't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's very different.
It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh English dub. You guys-
Yeah,
you
that's
know-
right. Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. I
They
know what you're
edited all
talking
the
about. I
guns
gotcha.
out so that the guards are just like pointing at people instead of like holding up guns.
They did the
Like,
same
get
thing with
down.
One Piece, and I think they changed all of the guns to like water pistols or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, nice.
And Sanji's
Cigarette is a
to-
Lollipop. He just looks at really hard, so the end is always smoking. That's right.
So anyway, you guys get into this and you're kind of orienting yourself, and you see another person there who wasn't there before but is the same age as you and goes, "All right, guys, I'm going to go home now. I hope nothing bad happens to me. Bye."
When did Red get in this
Sorry,
simulation?
Sorry, what? Who are you?
Your best friend. Bill Wires.
There you go. There you go.
Bill, our collective best friend, Bill Wires.
Your collective best friend, Will Byers. Bill Wires.
No, sorry, which one was it?
Bill.
Bye.
Bye.
He runs into the woods.
He runs into the woods. Anyway.
Notice this. I think this one deserves to die.
Mike is just like pulling at this outfit that's been put on. It's like, how do they even get the scans for this? I fucking hate this dress. How
Hands just like phase through.
And so you guys are taking on a 1980s romp. You're not entirely sure what that is, but all of the adults seem very stupid and just like, nope, yep. Bill, your friend is dead. I'm sorry. And you're like, no,
he's not though. We
he's
just
not
saw
though.
him.
We literally just saw him.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice. I'm right over here, guys.
So I'm gonna do like a series of checks, I think, for this.
Do you not want this to take all episode?
I don't want this to take
Okay,
all
fair
episode.
enough.
I could improv this entire thing. It seems
All
like
right.
it might be.
Wow.
Oh, I'm
Wouldn't want
sorry.
to improvise,
King,
Jeff.
But I had a thought that you guys maybe wanted to go off and see the plot maybe a little bit more.
Jeff,
Awfully
you do not know it
presumptuous
at all.
That's true. I didn't plan
we're
4
good.
of these,
Yeah.
so
Fair.
I did it high level.
No, it's all good.
Which one did you plan
I wonder.
in those lonely hours?
You guys would have went in and it would have been like, hey, all of the people at the wizard school, like, what would you want them to kind of look
Like
like?
we're there
Like,
right now.
Everyone takes turns
some
putting on the
fantasy.
porking hat.
Anyway, this is why I love the Holohaven.
Roll for initiative.
Anyway, Slytherin. Same.
You don't need
That's the same.
Please don't. Please don't. We're
So-
done. We're already problematic enough as it is. Let's not add on to it.
You guys, you get the weird feeling that your friend Bill Wires is still out there somehow. In fact, lights start to flicker on and off a little bit, and you try and devise a way to communicate with him. Can you guys make an intelligence fucking
Intelligent fucking check.
Wait,
Got
no,
it.
that's the homebrew.
That's the other one.
That's the homebrew Jeff puts together.
An intelligence or intelligence like program check, whichever one of those is better.
Ooh, I got 2 ones on my dice, which with program is 2.
7.
10.
So Nona,
That feels right.
you see what is going on. It's like it's very clearly that like they have the Christmas lights out here right
I
now.
set up
like,
the Christmas lights
yes.
on the wall. I do the ABCD, all of that stuff. I'm like, please speak to us, Phantom Child. What is the deal here?
I can't believe
And
they don't
so
have
you-
pads.
you're given information where it sends you to this weird military base that is a part of this small town, but like off to the side,
So
and
no
no
one
one
really
ever
talks
goes
about
there.
it.
Exactly. And anyone who does work there is under strict NDA. Like,
We're
not to
quite
discuss,
familiar
like,
with those.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why is it so close to a residential district? This is a top secret.
And so you guys make your way there on your little bikes, going
Yeah.
right along.
Nona enjoys riding a bike. This is her first time ever doing so.
And you arrive at the
Not a hover bike, but
Yeah.
a normal bike.
You arrive at the military base, and you notice that there's no people there. In fact, things start to get very strange.
Are they starting to get weird, Jeff? Because that's
Sorry,
what we're on the
no.
lookout for.
Things are going to get weird.
That's right.
Stranger things haven't happened.
Got it.
This is
Yeah.
the strange thing that is going to happen.
strange-
Gotcha.
Interesting.
So let me know. Just give me a shout out when they start to get weird.
Yeah,
That's what
we'll
I'm
do.
watching for.
Well,
There's like a
it's-
warning panel. Beware.
Things are getting weird.
weird.
And so you enter this military base, and there's no people. All of the rooms, the rooms and the makeup doesn't make sense. You'll walk into one room that feels like is the end of the building, but you can continue to walk into other rooms, and then you end up back where you started without having to actually change direction. There's like a whole labyrinthian bunch of nonsense going on. So can I have you guys either make an intelligence or wisdom fucking
Again? Okay.
no or survive check?
Wisdom fucking up. Sorry, what were the two skills?
Survive or no.
8.
5.
I also got an 8.
All right, so Micah and Nona, you guys identify like, oh, hold on. I can orient myself a little bit. There was that weird pattern that we were seeing earlier in this holographic adventure that we were able to follow now. And you make your way deeper and deeper into the military lab, where you find a just this open portal into is weird and icky, and it's got like the vines and stuff, and it almost seems like a rip in space-time itself. And you venture in because that's where you got to do to find your friend,
like
Bill Wires.
Space-time that is not at all like the rip in space-time that we regularly drive through.
Yeah.
Just checking.
How does
It looks
compare
different.
It's a different one.
It's a different one.
Awesome. Great. Let's go in there.
There's like a weird membrane that you got to go through. It's fine.
It's gross. Got it.
And then you find yourself in a place that your friend keeps referring to as the sideways. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Whose friend? What friend?
Bill Wires.
Bill Wires.
He's with us?
Bill.
No.
Right
He
now.
used to talk
to
about
us.
it.
Yeah,
He
talked
told
to
us about the theory
with the
before he
lights.
disappeared. That's the number one mistake in horror movies. Never know stuff. If you start explaining stuff to people, you get yoinked, you get eaten. It's bad.
It was all part of his Dragons and Dungeons campaign that we're a part of.
You find out about that in Fantasy Quest.
Exactly.
We skipped over that
Quest for
plot.
the Emerald.
And so you find yourself in a weird alternate reality that is just kind of a little gross and dusty. And you make your way to the place where you know your friend Bill has a fort that's kind of set up in the woods.
Oh, okay, fine.
And you find him, and he's like, thanks for finding me, guys. But did you guys dispose of the demon? And you all are like,
I'm
what?
sorry, what?
Excuse me? And then you turn around and you all find this weird flower monster that seems to like open up his face and scream at you.
Oh,
and
fuck.
Yep, exactly.
I thought that was a metaphorical thing that he was talking about.
Can you guys
Your
make
internal demons.
a strength or dexterity?
I shoot it.
An actual gun.
You've been given like slingshots and like sticks.
Oh,
I have a
shoot or
gun.
stab.
Question.
Do you actually try and shoot with your gun?
I think there's a non-zero chance that Alex like saw the demon and like pulled out his gun.
His actual. All right,
But
cool.
probably won't shoot when,
All right.
when he
This is-
remembers.
Relevant question to the fiction that we're in. Can I use my telekinesis if I get a nosebleed when I do it?
Anything.
Oh my goodness. Yes, please be our 11.
Anything that you try and do that is not like explicitly been given to you within this Holohaven. Like they have no way of recognizing it. You can take out your backpack and swing it at things. You can feel the weight in your hands, but nothing will actually change. In fact, if you swing it into one of your friends who is a lot shorter than they normally are, you actually hit them like kind of like, oh, sorry.
My bad.
So it will affect you all, but it won't seem to affect the entertainment.
You put us in Stranger
side.
Things and you didn't even let either Micah or Claire be 11.
I'm sorry, man. I'm coming up with this on the spot.
It's great. You're
I
doing
was
great.
fully expecting you guys to go into Perry Hotter.
No, were you really though? Were you really?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, get out of
wishful
here.
All right.
thinking.
What do you want us to roll?
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're doing strength or dexterity shoot.
Yeah,
You said?
shoot or stab.
Oh, shoot or stab.
Oh no.
And I'll
Because you're bad at things.
I suck at
I
those.
keep forgetting that you're bad at everything that's not magic.
9.
Yeah, it's
love
like
that about you.
I have like paramilitary training
Okay.
in exactly one way of fighting people.
11.
okay. So 9, 11. Claire and Tony
Yeah,
also help in. You only needed 3 hits to defeat this thing, and you take it on with your ingenuity of slingshots and sticks, and you beat this thing down enough that you don't kill it, but you like distract it enough that it kind of like runs off, and you guys leave the sideways with your friend Bill Wires in tow. And then when you push through the membrane once more into the normal dimension, he says, "Thanks for saving me, guys. Here's your reward."
Instantly dies.
And he instantly dies.
Yeah, because we didn't kill the demon.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
And he holds out something to you that is like this little present It's very clearly like a cube with wrapping paper around it.
Of course.
And
It's green, it's red, it's...
when he pulls it to you, it kind of like just appears in his hands pretty quickly, and he hands it off to one of you. Who takes it?
Claire.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Bill. And takes it.
Amazing.
And when she takes it, everything shuts down, and you all see yourself in normal again. Except Claire still does have this little package in her hand.
Did you guys see the spider thing that was like in the sky in that last scene?
No,
I think they're doing an even weirder shit.
Stranger things haven't happened again.
Cool. Tagline.
This is gonna get even weirder.
Actually, I'm just going to call out because I think this is incredibly important. I think Nona has actually understood the dream realm slightly more now from this whole experience.
All right.
There was that whole thing where like, hey, weird stuff is happening to you and you don't know if you're awake or asleep or all of that. And she was just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it's like
We're
a
doing this.
holodeck in your head.
Yeah, we've made that connection.
There we go.
It's cool now.
All right. So what do you guys get?
Yeah, what do we get? Death.
Box of cheeses.
Jeff, did you tell the die you were rolling for Claire?
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to re-roll and roll for Claire?
No.
No, that's all right.
No, because he rolled well. I can tell by the look on his face.
So you take out. Claire pulls off like the little ribbon that's on top and pulls off the wrapping paper, and you see a disc with an opaque red button sheathed by hinged plastic. So basically, like a little disc with a button on it that has plastic covering over top of it to prevent you from
Accidentally pushing the button.
And warnings of descriptions advise the immediate destruction or burial of temporal paradoxes, lest they induce quote unquote time cancer.
What?
And you take a look to the other side, and it's called a temporal panic button. When pressed, everything within 3 meters will revert back to the state they were 1 round ago.
Oh, no.
Dead can be returned back to life, but need to make a physical saving throw to return, or they will return unconscious. It has 1 use.
This is a
Jeff, you
gift?
said you would never do this.
This is a
Jeff jumping back in here as the actually adjusting glasses person. You said you would never fuck with time travel, and you're fucking with time travel now.
This is
Localized.
it breaks once and it's localized.
Okay.
Localized.
That's
time
how it starts,
fuckery.
Jeff.
But yeah, basically you press the button.
Your friends and your family are concerned about you.
That's
That's how
okay.
it starts.
Wait. We can just use this to re-roll. Do we want something else? Do we want something else and not this?
We just go through
No,
the
Just
no,
be
no.
careful,
we want this.
otherwise you might get
Yeah.
time cancer.
get chain a million of
Mine.
these, and then we can meet Samantha Calvin ourselves.
All right, so
Let's not.
Let's not. We're already maybe going to do that anyway.
but yeah, it's basically an
I don't
Omega
want it.
13.
Love that.
Gotcha.
I love
I don't
that
know what
so
that is,
much.
but gotcha.
We were doing the
get the idea of what it
Galaxy
is.
Quest.
I don't know if that
References
actually.
earlier.
I don't think that made the recording, unfortunately.
My
Oh,
bad.
from Galaxy Quest.
Guy,
From
you
Galaxy
have a
Quest.
last name.
Do I?
There
Whoever
you go.
decided
That's
this
it.
episode should just die.
They really should. Anyway,
Okay.
so you guys got the temporal panic button.
I have no idea who we want to give that to. You know what? I'm going to give it to Claire.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot
No.
of responsibility.
No.
No, I can do it.
Somebody else
I
want
can,
it?
I can do it.
Well, just because I was thinking that we have a tendency to like protect you with our very lives, and you don't want us to die. So it's a
Oh,
Last person standing kind of idea. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was going
well,
to.
it's only like 3 meters, so it feels like I don't know.
Like we're gonna make you choose. Is that what it feels
That
like?
is
Nona's
correct.
5 meters away, and Alex is 5 meters away, and I can't go in between them and press the
drag
button.
drag me over before you hit the button.
That's probably
Maybe
that might take us
maybe I'll
around.
take the button.
do you want the button?
No, I don't want the button.
We've been gifted a horrible responsibility.
It is a really
This is me
grave
giving you guys
responsibility.
a pseudo nuke again.
That's exactly right.
Those
Yes,
powers
but
of-
in a very different direction.
Actually, yeah, give me the button because I think I can heal time cancer.
Perfect.
I literally have that power.
If it's anything like
Roses
normal
written.
cancer.
Oh,
There you go.
it's fine. It's cool. Moving on.
It's the future.
Yep.
That was literally just written in. So this is a literal artifact that is provided. Well, not
In Stars Without Number or D&D?
It's in time times without number. Stars Without Number. This rum and coke that I'm having just hit me a lot harder because I haven't had lunch.
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you admitted to that.
Yeah, really.
You're so brave.
This entire episode is completely down to that fact right now.
Maybe we hit the time put it in real
No, we
life.
still got like 37 minutes. Don't worry.
We're back 6 seconds. You didn't take that lesson.
So it's in one of the additional kind of materials that I have. But it had that whole thing, warnings or descriptions advise the immediate destruction or burial of temporal paradoxes lest they induce time cancer. It's just it was very, I just
Lest
needed
they
to add
induce
that.
time cancer.
It was just lest they it's such a evocative anyway. Who's that going to?
Oh,
Alex.
Alex, you got the
Not
button
your
now.
inventory.
No. Yeah. I'm going to do unspeakable things with this.
Yeah, good.
Once.
Or an unspeakable thing.
Well, technically, if
Sorry,
it's
whatever.
inside the sphere, does it not also jump back 10 seconds? Or sorry, 6 seconds?
No, it's literally just like the localized area.
Yeah, but I was trying to argue for bullshit,
Well,
Jeff.
no.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm going to put it down on the table. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to run really fast away, and I'm going to press the button. The time thing, I go
That's
there.
right.
The time
Duplication
thing goes
glitch.
there.
That's right. Infinite uses.
I feel
Jeff's
like if you
hate
run
this
away
fact.
from yourself and then you press the button, it will revert to it's one of
Yeah,
those
we
things where
get
we'll
it.
figure out when you press the button.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nobody knows.
Anyway.
It's being sold in this Chuck E. Cheese.
It's mostly like, oh God, I'm dying. I'm gonna press this button. I think that's
yeah.
mainly what it's used for.
Which is why Nona doesn't want it, because
You know, if you're dying,
there's other ways to deal with this. Maybe I become the ship.
that's fair. That's very
One
fair.
encumbrance.
All right. So you guys
One
leave.
soul encumbrance too. Write that down.
You guys leave that fun 80s romp and are
I think
back
we're
in
good
the
now.
lobby of the Holohaven Entertainment. You don't want to go do the quest for the Eternal Dragons Murder at Haversham Manor.
think-
That was a
you
pretty good thing. Like, that's my I think like in my head.
That was actually a pretty good
We
prize.
So-
received a universe break.
I
Also,
did forget
I will
that this is
say-
a pre-scream location.
Alex, after having gone through that entire thing, you take a look down at your backpack and it is now 3 of 6.
So we can do all of them except the porn one.
Or
No.
we could do the porn one twice.
I didn't like that ending. I want the new one.
Push the button.
No,
We
no.
can do a different
it's-
route this time.
The battery's getting a little bit low for my liking. I'd like to maybe go
Thank you.
go recharge
Thank
this.
God. Okay.
I'm gonna do the Mako Dralfoy route.
Mako Dralfoy. That's good. I like it.
Mako.
Oh, that's bad.
All right. So you guys make your way out of the Holohaven Entertainment Center, and you actually are met with how many?
Come on, combat.
4.
Take us away from this.
One.
1
What'd
is the
you roll?
loneliest number. 4.
No, I mean, sorry. What was the dice? How many could there have been?
D6.
Okay. Medium.
You guys step outside and you see 4 of these nanite zombies. They look like regular people, but you know, out of the various orifices, there's just like this stream of thick black smoke almost that fills out, you know, the rest of the haze
Right.
of everything. They are kind of stumbling around and they see you all as you step out into the corridor. And I'm going to have everyone run for initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh. Are they within 15 meters of me?
No, they're probably closer to like 30 meters away.
Gotcha.
I'm actually very excited to see what happens when they enter the zone. That is one of the Kirsten scientist things that I've been super into.
Okie doke. So, all right, let me get people's thing. Can I get between 7 and above?
7.
8.
Nice.
What is your dex modifier?
0.
Okay, I think Claire goes first then.
Yeah, so proud of her.
So precocious.
We've taught her well.
Okay, between 5 and 6.
I got 6.
All right, Nona, and then Tony, and then Zombies Group 1, and then Zombies Group 2, and then Leggett.
Also, not to hamper our own side, but I believe Jeff has forcibly made you worse at fighting.
Yeah.
Cool.
-2 to attacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And any skill check.
Yep.
Which I'm not sure you were doing. Were you doing that?
I thought it was physical only.
Yeah, but there were some physical ones in
And the challenge.
The challenge.
Yeah, I did that for the challenge.
Sounds good. Awesome.
That's why we gave you the thing, because you're the best at games.
All right. So Claire goes first. And is going to shoot one of these things. Oh, well, she first goes over like, can I shoot gun? That seems loud. You know what? I'm just going to go whoa, 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 whoa. And she takes a look at one of them and goes,
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
oh, no, they
Don't have brains.
don't have brains.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot
Yeah.
it.
Have you
We
got,
don't
like, a
really
laser
have a
pistol?
choice here. It's all right. We've been
rifle
making
or
a
something?
lot of noise. We also detoured into
She rolled a freaking 19.
sound more disappointed.
It's just, I don't understand. I want some of these rolls
She's
for myself.
good at shooting, Jeff. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, like a natural 19. Like a
yeah,
19
I
on
know.
the-
She's good at shooting.
We raised her well. What do you
The
want?
dice know.
The dice can feel love.
Dice don't lie. And that was a total of that damage. Okay. She just kills one.
So are we inside the theater? Are we outside of? Are they coming towards us? What's the
They're in the strip outside of the theater. And you guys are kind of in the
Like
the
lobby?
entryway right
Sure.
now.
Okay.
So one zombie down. Alex,
Cool.
it's now your go.
I'm going to dash as my action.
Okay.
I'm going to move 15 feet.
Whoa, careful.
15 meters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Please don't kill someone.
Where is everybody? Everybody's still inside, right?
I was going to say everyone's grouped around you. If me drawing this out would make it easier, we absolutely can do that.
I'll step up kind of into the hallway.
So are you trying to catch
I'm
them?
trying to
in
get as
the-
many-
Towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I want to maximize how much of the field is kind of around either side of the hallway. So I guess I don't have to dash because I can't like grab the zombies into the field without killing Tony.
The most important NPC.
Yeah.
Before we even
Uh,
get to his side quest.
Yeah, I guess I won't dash then, sorry. I'll step out into like the middle of the hallway. It's two-way, right?
Two-way?
So we're not at a dead end or anything, right? It continues in both
Oh, yeah.
directions.
It's just kind of like, it's like a part of a strip. So
Is there just one group of zombies visible right now?
there is only those 4, now 3 zombies.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to step in front of the door then to the entertainment complex. I'm going to fire at one
Okay.
with the -2. 18.
Oh, wow. 18 does hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in terms of placement, I'm interested for nerd purposes, knowing what happens when these zombies end up inside of the field. So if that ever becomes a thing,
Okay. Yeah,
Let me
I
know.
will call it out.
give me cool visuals of black smoke leaving them and them just deflating.
I'm just going to use my laser pistol for now too.
Yep.
So that's 5 damage
Nice.
Okay.
on one of the zombies.
Okay. It is still standing.
I'm still
That's okay.
standing.
Micah, it is now your go. One is dead. One was just shot with a laser pistol by Alex. You see that there is this. So the fire comes from the pistol and pierces right through the husk of this thing, and you see this black smoke immediately like get ejected, but then pretty quickly start to flow back into the body as you notice that the hole is still there, but it gradually starts to close. And again, what you see within it is almost completely black smoke, like a thick black smoke.
Fucking superb, you funky little robots.
Gee.
What is it?
Never mind.
All
It's a
right.
quote. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and do something that I don't know if exactly it'll work, but Mike is gonna try it, which is to use my telekinetic manipulation on these things, like roughly as if they were bots themselves. I feel like kind of there's So again, I don't know if this will work. I feel like there's enough precedent for her at least to give it a shot from when we encountered them outside. In that, like, they're definitely not alive. even when there are still nanites inside them, they're kind of treated like containers.
They're containers, but
Yeah. So that's my thought, that she'll try and reach out with telekinesis and attack them somehow. Jeff, you can tell me exactly how that might look or work. Or if it doesn't.
Yeah. So it's not one individual thing. It is like a mix of a bunch of different things. Like it is basically a bunch of very small robots all holding up what is a facade of a person.
Yeah. Could I like grab the bag of the skit? This is so gross, but yeah, and like just like try and tear the container, that kind of thing.
Can you describe to me? So like there are two separate things that you're trying to do. There's the thing that you normally do with just like your standard telekinetic thing. Is there like is the scrapping the bot a separate thing, or is that a part of the same ability?
It's a part of the same ability. In the rules, there's like a little text box that gives you specific things that you can use against bots, and like has details for that like, you know, if it's not a military bot, you can destroy it instantly. If it is more fortified, you do like, in my case, 3d10 damage to it. But it is tied to the same telekinetic manipulations, just like that is, and a thing that's moving, but it is inanimate material. Or non-living material, more appropriately, that is not a VI, doesn't have metadimensional energy flowing around it.
Okay, so here's what I'll describe. You can pick these things up. You take the husks and you start to try and pull them into the air and then crush them or shear them apart from one another. And you were able to pick them up just fine. But as you try and crush and pull, you notice that the nanites are bracing almost in some way against the forces that you're putting. You do seem to be able to do the big brother, little brother, no further, but it seems like you're not able to actually eviscerate them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally fair.
And you can do that to 3 of them at a time?
I can affect up to 3 things, yep.
And that is including your drone?
So in that case, I'm dropping the drone, but it's able to hover, so it stays in place. And yeah, so I'm reapplying that to the 3 creatures.
Okay, so they're just kind of floating. in space as they kind of try and, you know, make their way towards you a little bit closer.
Okay, yeah, so I guess I will then hold them levitation style.
Aloft. Cool.
Okay,
Yeah, that's my turn.
Tony is actually, no, it's Nona's turn this time.
Yay. I'm going to shoot one. They're close enough. I'm going to use the mag rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Are you shooting the one that is currently already hurt or another one?
I'm going to shoot another one.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay.
And as Kirsten's figuring this out, Micah, this is something that you can just do and still make your own actions, right?
Let me double check that. I think to activate it does take my action, if I recall right, but then maintaining it over rounds does not.
Okay.
18.
18, 8, like 1/8 damage.
Yeah.
So
I rolled really good on the 2d8.
Micah lifts these things up into the
and I
air.
Explode one.
And you shoot one directly in the chest. Is this a mag rifle? Its chest just explodes,
Cool.
leaving just a wisp of smoke, and the various parts that were once whole is no longer whole and falls to the ground.
So these are all outside of our little bubble sphere of 45 feet, 15 meters kind of thing, right?
Yes.
While other people are taking their turns and stuff, is it cool if I just sort of like study this? I'm literally just trying to get a sense. We know they sort of knit back together. We know they repair, all of that stuff. I'm trying to get a sense of like how long that takes.
Yeah.
Any of them, any of the damaged dead ones, I'm just watching them and being like, how long is it going to take you to do this? Can we use this knowledge to our benefit?
Tony takes a shot of his own as you're starting to, and he's going to shoot never mind, he's not going to shoot one.
Yep.
He takes a shot
That seems about right.
Misses, just straight up misses. I can't really describe it much more than that. It was just bad. What are you doing, Tony?
We're shocked.
They were 5 feet in front of you.
And yeah, missed them.
And so now it is the zombies go, and they are literally unable to move. There are some that just try and they're trying to wade themselves through the air.
They know about swimming?
And they're Maybe
Good on them.
it just seems like they're just trying a bunch of things. It's not super intelligent. And okay, well, that doesn't work. Nona, what you notice is the one that was shot by Claire just immediately dead, the one that was not picked up. As it sits on the ground, you do notice that this black smoke just starts to fill it up again. Can I have you make like an int note check?
Yeah.
Or an int notice check, whichever you prefer.
Notice is better now because I've been training that because you make us roll it so often.
Mm-hmm.
9.
So you get the impression that the more damage that these things take on, the longer it takes for their inevitable reassembly. But everything that you have seen implies that they will at some point
knit themselves back together.
Knit themselves back together.
Fair enough.
The one that's currently on the ground, the one that Claire hit, just took a shot to the head and immediately fell down. But you do notice that the hole is starting to close up. It's taking a little bit, but it is closing up. The one that you shot that dealt like an extra 10 damage comparatively is in several pieces. And while there is like a black smoke that's trying to like slowly knit them back together, it does appear that it is thoroughly and completely destroyed, at least for the next couple of half hours.
Sure.
Hours.
This is going to be a bad question, but a question I'm going to ask nonetheless.
Yep.
How much material for these zombies is being sort of created out of thin air by the nanites versus knitting back together? Like, how much of the individual original pieces does it need?
So that is one of the, like, the original pieces do seem to come back more slowly. Yeah, like there does appear to be some kind of knitting that happens where
So,
anything that was destroyed can be pulled back together. Hypothetically,
if I were to steal their feet,
you would think that maybe at some point in the future they would be able to rebuild them.
but it would take longer.
But it would take longer.
Excellent. Go science. That's all. After Tony in the order.
And so, yeah, that was, well, the zombies went. And I think now it's just everyone takes a shot. So I'm not going to play out the rest of this because I don't think it's hugely relevant. There are 3 that are just, well, there's only 2 that are still alive and they're being held up. They have no way of doing anything else. They don't have any motive. They just see you and do not want you to be there. So you open fire on them and they eventually do die. I'm not going to belabor the point there. There's no point in having everyone roll a bunch of d20s.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And
Yes,
so
I
they
would like
drop,
to steal their feet.
Steal their feet.
1
So
foot
gross.
per, actually. I only need to take 1 per to make them asymmetrical, which we have learned from Terra's. Oh God, Jeff's got like a 200-yard stare here.
Yeah, each one of those is a foot
That's right.
that you're carrying. How much encumbrance do you have?
Well, so that's why I dropped everything off of the car, Jeff.
So you could
God.
fill your backpack full of feet.
We don't have to take the feet. We can throw the
Incredibly
feet.
macabre. Just throw them over there.
Just like, yeah, just separate the feet.
Oh, okay.
If we're,
yeah,
if we're doing this, if this is like, I don't know if that's like, you know, even really worth it because it's not like they're like, oh, I'm going to chase you down to the ends of the earth.
Did you not? Wait, you saw the ones that were coming back from over the horizon. Did you?
Were
you
those
not
the
see that?
same ones?
I was assuming. Yeah,
Well,
you're
that's
completely
your
clueless.
fault.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Maybe they weren't, but
Can you guys make like an intelligence or wisdom no check, please?
yeah.
4.
7.
10.
Nona, actually, you recognize these as different folks.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was saying like we noticed way back in the other episode. Like,
Oh, I'm
over
sorry.
The horizon.
I thought you were implying that these were the same 4 that were coming after you. Yes,
No,
these
no.
were 4 completely different zombies.
Yeah.
So, like, here's what I will say as a DM, not to dissuade you from taking all of the feet to your
Yeah.
heart's content. There are a lot of zombies around.
That's right.
can't take all of their feet.
That sounds like a challenge.
That one, I've decided I'm spinning up a merch line. Quotes from the past include space elephants have no bones. There is no whimsy in the blood room. Now there are a lot of zombies. You can't take all their feet.
So, like, you're happy to do this.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just take them and chuck them.
I will say, from a mechanics perspective, it's not going to, like, it will be 4 less zombies that you might need to not deal with in the near future if they do find you again.
I will just to save on time and everybody's sanity, if anybody has blown up a zombie to the point where there are bits, I'm going to pick up the bits and I'm going to yeet them as far as I can, and that will be how we resolve this. I will delete the entry in my inventory that says zombie feet running count. And we can just move on from there.
Running count is funny.
Oh, God. I didn't even think of that.
All right.
So sorry.
So, real quick, before I move on and throw more zombies at you, Micah, when it comes to holding, you said spending an action to initiate it. Is it another action to maintain this hold?
It is not. No. And actually, I was just looking at the.
And can you do it on things that are moving?
So I was actually just rechecking.
Like,
the
it's
rules.
not living, but it is moving.
Yeah. Let me get to that. So there's like a little bit of internal contradiction about, like, there's things about bots and then how you affect things that aren't bots, and it does, like, to damage something has to be immobile and non-living unless it's a bot. Whatever, that's all fine. But otherwise, yeah, an object or person within unaided visual range or tactile contact, can't be used to damage living or mobile targets. So yes, it can affect them otherwise.
They're mobile, though.
They're can't use to damage. It can be used to affect
them around.
non-living mobile targets, like what we just did. That is kosher.
Okay,
according
and
to the
you
rules.
can just maintain that without having to exert more actions?
Yes.
Because of the specific feat that was taken.
No, I'm always able to do it without expending more actions. After the first one, I have an additional technique that says I don't need to spend effort to do this whenever I want.
Fair enough. And how many of those can you have up at a single time?
3.
Sorry. So can you only use this ability once at a time? Like, for example, if your next turn came up, could you pick up another 3?
Yeah. That's something that we could, like, interpret. The way I've been interpreting it is no, I would need to spend another action, drop these guys, grab some new ones.
Okay, that's all right. Cool. I'm
Let's not
okay
break
with this.
the encounters.
I just want to make sure you can't just pick up all of my zombies and go shoot.
Just 3 at a time.
Yeah,
Just 3 at
I'm
a
pretty
time.
sure I need to reapply it to, like,
So I
entirely.
just add 3 zombies every single time.
That's right.
Jeff crosses out the 3 zombie tiers. Like, pages 4 question mark.
All right. So you guys leave Holohaven Entertainment. You are at 3 out of 6. The zombies that you have dispatched of are solidly been dispatched of. There are things that are happening as you move past them. This black smoke that inhabits them seems to leave, like, in a directly away from the beacon that Alex is holding. And so those regeneration, like, stop for that period of time. But as you walk past it again, the nanites start to flow back in and start to inhabit these husks and start to knit these things back together.
Well, you're going to have to get the feet that I heated all the way over there.
Yes, and in fact, some of the feet you see just like this slow tug that is happening. Like
one of them is trying to go up the down escalator. It's taking a while.
It just kind of like rolls down and then starts to pull its way up, and it's just kind of constantly just rolling up a little bit.
I love that.
But yeah, that is where you guys are at. You have visited most of the places within the mall. You can continue to investigate the mall, find other things if you'd like to take the time to do so. You have 3 out of 6 charges on your backpack left.
I'm pro. We recharge and we leave.
Yep.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That feels right. Yeah. It's not mess around too much. As fun as the mall has been, we should maybe get going and let Tony get to the library or whatever.
Yeah, we got to let Tony get to the library. We got to go in those 2 places that Drick said specifically not to go.
For sure.
Which one?
It's probably where all the cool shit is.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way back to Dr. Drick's cybernetic clinic.
Yep.
You find the capacitor of the battery that has kind of been charging up. You plug in the beacon into it and kind of set it to go off, it ejects all of its power into the pack. You are 6 out of 6 again, and it does appear that Drick's lab does require some time to recharge.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
All right.
So we trying the skywalk or?
Did on the map, can the skywalk get us further in? Or
So yeah, so there's, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but I believe there are 2 different ways to get to the library. There is the floating skywalk and there is the monorail that is connected to that one station, both of which have a giant X over it. Don't go here in the Drift map notes.
Mm-hmm.
But those are our only 2 ways of getting to the library unless we become more clever in some way.
That is, as far as you're aware, the only 2 ways to get to the Aerosky Promenade, which is where the Neo Opus Public Library is.
What is the one we can drive up closer to?
Drive up closer.
Could we stay with the car on the skywalk?
I feel
We have
like
to get
we
the car
already
to the
determined
skywalk.
no.
a sky walk?
Walk. I think we already determined
Okay.
no.
It's not a sky drive.
I'm sorry.
No. It's a great question. It's a great question. But which one has better parking? Which one could we get closer to?
Could we grind the ATV across the monorail? Like if we like build up the speed, could we Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
You'd
Do
have
it.
to get the ATV and drive it through the mall, but yes, theoretically, if you wanted to.
How wide are these hallways?
Jeff, you say
It's a
such
fairly
beautiful
wide
things.
open. It's a fairly wide open mall.
Jeff, you say such beautiful things.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
sure you-
attract a lot of
I'm
zombies.
sure.
Oh, so many zombies.
So many zombies.
So many
Well, we didn't
zombies.
need
But
to
they
hang
have to
out
wait
here
for the monorail while we apparently do not.
And as long as it's 3 or less.
Then it's fine. Within 6 seconds, yeah.
I think maybe we just leave this
I think
parked
so.
where it is and then we just take whichever one's closer. They're both marked for death. Is there one that's marked for less death, Jeff?
They're both marked for death.
I know. But is there like one with like 3 skulls and one with 2 skulls, or we just
No, they're the same
Okay.
number of skulls.
Okay, then I'm gonna leave
5.
this up to the humans. Ah, god damn it.
5 out of 5 skulls.
So one of them is a walk, and then we've seen the monorail has been going by. Like that's still
Yep.
functional.
Fun.
You've never seen anyone on there, but yes, it does appear to be running.
Well, that's
Okay.
because of the nanite field, Jeff. If they were on there, they'd be zombies.
Well, it's good to if we haven't seen zombies on there, then that's honestly, one of my bigger fears is being like we could be stuck in one of those things. But it'll also probably be a lot faster than walking.
I think that is a trade-off. yes.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm
Nice
picking
thought.
up what God is putting down on the choice here.
What?
Crazy.
Leave me alone.
Never.
So can we do Train to Busan or can we do I Am Legend? Which one do we survive?
I don't know
I
either of
think
those
maybe-
references.
I didn't bring Atlas, so sorry. Argos?
Argos.
Argy.
Yeah,
So I Am
remember
Legend
your-
sounds pretty good. So we have to leave them all for both, or is there an entrance to the skywalk that we can get to from the mall?
No, you'd have to leave the mall in order to get on the skywalk.
So step 1, we should go get the car.
Well, the car is parked,
By the
as
way-
I understand it, directly in front of the the revolving door that leads into the mall. We literally drove up the steps
Yep.
and we just parked there
So
And so you could drive back down the steps and just over to the other side of the plaza.
to get to the skywalk,
to get to
or
the
we
skywalk.
could just stay in the mall where, to be fair, more things are now aggroed against us. But yeah, I'm going to leave that up to somebody else.
I'm done to take the train.
Let's try, let's try the train. And maybe this thing can give us like a little, he pats the biomonitor. Maybe there are like more dots around the slightly more dangerous things. So we get a little bit more, better out of an idea of which is more dangerous than Drix's map can give us.
I will say that the biomonitor is not necessarily for identifying hostile
No,
characters,
you
but
said biohazards, Jeff.
like environmental hazards.
Hostile things. Yeah.
Can I argue that tiny robots? No, I'm just kidding.
Tiny
Okay.
robots are an environmental hazard,
That's
but
right.
that environmental hazard is all
everywhere.
around you right now.
That's right. But they could be more concentrated if they're in a person.
Doesn't really tell you where it's concentrated, only that there are
I'm done with
environmental
this joke.
hazards.
I'm done with this joke. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the monorail.
Let's try the monorail.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm here too.
You on
I'm
board?
making decisions.
Claire's like looking over at the entertainment room.
Wistfully.
You sure we can't go to Perry Hotter and the Philosopher's Rod?
You know, we could have, but we've already charged the battery, so now we're really like on
That's right.
fumes.
Now, on the
Okay.
way back, if you're good.
Okay.
Oh, oh,
You're gonna lie to
that's
this
a
child.
dynamic.
Of course
That
you
is
can
a
if on the way back
dynamic.
if she's good.
I wasn't meaning to be manipulative.
If you're good, we can visit the porn shop.
She can visit the pawn shop.
Oh, thank
we'll wait
God.
outside.
Anyway, so you guys make your way to the plaza, and it does the station itself. And the station appears to be underneath the mall. You walk your way towards the back of the mall, and then you find some stairs down and signs that point down to the Central Hub Plaza station.
I'm going to say the entire time we're like doing this walk, I'm just kind of like glancing over at Leggett and then looking back down and then glancing over at Leggett and looking back down. It's like, it's awkward.
Should I continue walking, or do you want to speak to me right now, or should I go to the other side of the group?
Well, you can roughly do what you want to do, and we can't do what I want to do, was the information that I gleaned from that.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, when it comes to, one person wanting to bake a cake and one person never wanting to ever see a cake again, it's difficult to really compromise there. I suppose.
I never told you. You don't know who I look like, do you?
I'm sorry?
Who I look like. Who I look like, who Deacon looks like. We never had this conversation. I just got all caught up in the things you don't know.
I'm sorry, Nona. You'll have to be a little bit more specific about what I do not know.
Yes, I every single one of Dr. Samantha Calvin's creations has since I've encountered them mistaken me for her. I am the, how do you say it, spitting image? I look exactly like her. I have also seen both Deacon and a recording of Dr. Kyle Reed, and they look exactly alike as well. Deacon killed Dr. Samantha Calvin, and that is sad because murdering people is sad, but I have this feeling that if he didn't, I wouldn't be here. It's great that Dricht has come up with this way to create the mind seeds and the printing of the True AI course such that it does not require. But I think my original purpose was just to die and be replaced with Dr. Samantha Calvin's consciousness. I think that's my missing piece. That's why I'm afraid of her. I don't think I was supposed to exist. And if we bring her back, I don't feel safe. I don't, like, what if she wants her body back? What if she wants, like, any of this stuff? None of it's really, it doesn't belong to me. I don't know.
He takes a moment to respond and says, I'm sorry, you know this information. How? I thought when we were talking, when we first met, you still desired to try and find Dr. Samantha Calvin.
Well, it's a combination of things, really. Deacon said some weird cryptic things that I didn't fully understand when we encountered him. He said something along the lines of, unfortunately, I was turned on, and when I was turned on, we are made alive. And I didn't really get that. But then I had a conversation with Tara, and she said some things to me that connected a lot of dots, I guess is the best way to say it. And she just said some things that could be easily disproven. So I tried to disprove them, and I wasn't able to. I understand that she says things just to hurt, but Her story is consistent with reality at the very least, and that is hard to process.
So you learned your information from Deacon, who, let's be honest, does not care for me or folks like me trying to learn more about true AI, and Tara, who I understand you have a bond with, but is a dangerous, unbreaked AI that is over 600 years old.
Yes, she could be lying. Explain, what do you make? If you can create a true AI and you want to make something that looks vaguely human, do you make exactly yourself? Is that normal for a human to make a clone of yourself, please? Because
I can't. I don't have the answers, Nona. All I know is that we're looking at two individuals who died before their time, right? Individuals that I will admit have a lot of knowledge and information that I would love to learn. I don't know if hearing stories from their own murderer and, let's be honest, unhinged being is the best information to be going on. I understand.
Why do I look like her?
Did you ever think that perhaps she built the shell and just put your core in there to make sure you worked?
Yes, but there have been others, right? There is Septima, there is Octavia, there is Senna, and then she purposefully, like, you can kind of see it, like, listing out more things, and then she stops and is like, I'm not telling him that. It is not subtle because she is bad at lying.
Leggett will turn his head at that, but not press.
I don't know if they look like her. I don't know if... I'm not sure. We may never know, but I have suspicions. And I am afraid.
You're afraid of a person who coming back who, as if they came back, would have been using you to come back. So if they're back, I don't understand. I understand for vengeance or reciprocity. This person was going to wipe me off, so I'll make sure they're not. I understand the emotions behind what you're saying, Nona, but
I'm afraid of people who don't think of me as people. Just in general. And also, she very well may want her body back. I've grown quite attached to this one. I could be the ship. It's possible, but I actually do enjoy having 2 arms and 2 legs and all of that.
I'm not saying that I would support her taking your shell from you, but other shells like you can be made. Nona, you are, and you have said as much, you are not what is represented on the outside, what is inherently a facade of what it pretends to be human. You are something greater, something that lives within your chest, something that is the entirety of you. You can be the ship because you can be whatever you want as long as the correct fitting is in place. I understand that your history with these two is, for lack of a better word, complicated. But I'm not sure if the fact that this complicated relationship means that these two people who were taken way before their time shouldn't come back because of... I don't know. Drift seemed to care deeply for them, and while he certainly was not a angel in his own right, you saw, looking at his journal, his thoughts, that he has some level of ethics within him, and if he cares this much for two people that seem to rise above what he did, we could be losing so much, and we could gain so much just from having them around. I don't understand. Yes, I suppose that's it. You are here. I'm glad you're here. I'm very glad you're here.
Thank you.
I think that these folks, there might be some value in them coming back. I understand why that might scare you, and I'm not going to stand here in front of you and say, you must do this, Nona, but I hope you don't try and stop me if I do.
Okay, I will think on this.
Thank you for even considering. As I'm aware from what you said, this is not easy. I'm sorry. I wish we didn't have this misunderstanding, this lack of consensus on this front. I truly am. And at that, he'll kind of like, as you guys are still walking towards the station, he'll just put his head down, kind of scratch the back of his neck, fix his glasses, and says, well, I suppose we should be focused on the task at hand and not dying from these frickin' zombies. Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Murder train.
anything else? This is not, I suppose this conversation was not necessarily one. It was between the two of them, but you guys weren't necessarily trying to hide this conversation.
I'm still not 100% sure where we are on Tony. Jeff is the one thing.
Tony was off to the other side.
Okay, perfect.
He's looking
He's
around.
still in
He's
the
very
Schrödinger
excited.
zone.
Yeah, I wanted to have that conversation. I know you did too. So Tony's not around.
Yeah, perfect. Love that. I would have allowed him to be, but
yep.
He's on thin ice, mister. Cool.
All right, so you guys make your way. You find the station itself and start descending down into the station. You see a couple of turnstiles that expect a 10 credit fare.
Yeah, we're paying this shit. Honestly, we are paying this shit. I do not care.
I know the risk reward says obviously we pay it, but don't you just want to hop?
Alex has his hands.
No.
Alex had his hands on either side of like
You're
on the
getting
two,
ready
like,
to vault
consoles,
it?
Sure.
like going like ready to. But he checks for turrets or the turrets.
Can you make a wisdom notice check?
Oh no! Just let me. We have infinite money.
But why waste it?
6.
You don't see any turrets.
You know what? Actually, can I make an intelligence notice
Yeah,
check
you
for
can.
this? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look around and there's no like guns pointing at you right now.
Oh yes. Okay, hold up. Intelligence.
Do you mind if I do the same thing?
Yeah, please do.
12.
All right. I don't think you need to, Micah.
Well, I got a 10 anyway. So
Oh, there you go.
let me have this.
Alex is like, I think we're fine, guys. Let's just jump the. Are you totally cool with jumping
Yeah,
the turnstiles?
of
All
course.
right. But Nona and Micah, as you guys approach the turnstiles, you do see that there are a couple of protrusions from the ceiling that are
Hate 'em.
that on close inspection seem to have a very hint of an outline of like a covering that can get pulled back. Nona, you are pretty aware that this could be like a turret system. It was a very similar system that was set up outside of Drick's clinic that was turned off by Leggett and Tony. I mean, it was turned off by Leggett, but
and
Tony
also
was
Tony
there.
was there.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
he really does. Let's
He's
be
just
honest with
there.
ourselves. I mean, like, okay, so we do have infinite money, but also I am happy to pay for this out of my own fund. This is how much I care about not triggering this battle.
But
Yeah,
it's just like, with the drone shop, it's one thing. We need to like tear apart a whole thing. You want to like just waste money? We could just go.
No.
Okay, if there are guns, then I'll put
There
10
are
credits.
guns.
I'll put 10 credits in the machine.
Fine.
I tap my card.
Do you
fill up-
have money?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
So Alex taps his card. All the NPCs will tap their cards.
Uh-huh.
They're
I'll
not
tap
they're not
my
about to
card.
die.
Uh-huh.
It's just 10 credits, guys.
I know. They're just elephants.
It's 2 robot Sam
I
Adams.
could use that for I could have 2 Sam Adams.
Ugh.
Fine.
Okay. What are we subtracting from the group fund?
I'll pay for myself.
Oh,
so-
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Leggett is totally destitute.
No, like he's got enough money around that he will not.
You know what? I'll pay for
die
Claire
immediately.
because she does not have money.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So everyone
Costs
makes
us
it.
nothing.
Do
Makes
children
it
get a
through the
discount?
terms.
Yeah, good thing these old systems still
She's
take our kind of credits.
17.
It's a child.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's 8.
And you guys step out onto this subway platform. You see it is one platform with a gap with 2 rails going either way.
Where's the third rail?
Where's the third rail?
Oh, never
Well,
mind.
I'm kinda-
Bad joke.
It's at
I
the
touch
top.
it.
Got it.
I can't
Alex-
reach
You
Alex
can't touch the
size.
third rail.
There you go.
I don't know. Actually you there, Jeff, but isn't this a monorail?
That's right.
Yeah, it's
There's
under the
one rail
ground.
on either side. That's
It's
what you're
one
saying.
rail on either side.
Yeah,
I mean, I said tracks on either side, so I guess it's one rail because it's a monorail.
that's right.
Thank you.
I was expecting zombies at the station.
Funny you should say that because as you peek your head around the corner, you actually notice that there is a gathering of about 10 zombies on the other side of the station. And then the station monitor says, next train arrives in 5 minutes. And they all just kind of slowly take a look over to the other end of the platform at you all and just start lumbering their way down.
Make the wall. Make the wall.
And
And
that
that's
is where we'll end today's episode.
Okay.
amazing.
This train's destination is hell.
You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't quite expect to have this conversation at this point in time, but like the mall vibe seemed right. Like you're walking through an empty mall with your friends, and you've got that whole thing where you're like, we're not talking, and we don't want to talk about why we don't want to talk. It felt correct.
But yeah.
I'm
You
glad
gotta
we
think
did
about
it.
death.
Yeah, that's right. When is it morally appropriate to kill someone? See, that's another callback.
Yeah,